Coming up, learn how Omaha clinics are struggling with a shortage of blood donations.
Then see what accountants are doing to combat the negative effects of tax season.
Finally, the Omaha City Council plans to develop new affordable living spaces. Learn the project plans for the future.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
Good afternoon. I'm Lindsay Tigg.
And I'm Faith Stiskevich. This month marks 3 years since the pandemic shut down the U.S. While stores have opened and continue to boom, some parts of Omaha are just now repairing their economic ground. Josue Garcia takes us to South Omaha.
It's what the Hispanic community is calling a wake-up call. COVID-19 swept South Omaha, impacting local grocery stores, restaurants, and cultural ways of life. While businesses are now open in full swing, they continue to feel the pandemic's economic hurdle. Development strategist for the Latino Midland Center, Lisbeth Hermosillo Nahad, says the virus emphasized needs South Omaha had before the shutdown.
As you see, you see redlining, you see bills being, all the money being allocated to West Omaha, and also because a lot of our community is bilingual or predominantly speaks Spanish, it's also hard for them to get those resources for them to maintain that stability that they need.
An 85-page report by UNL's Office of Latin American Studies says 27 to 39% of community members say there are no government aid opportunities for their businesses at a city, state, or federal level.
A pesar de que el 86% de las empresas experimentan disminuciones de ingresos, los dueños son optimistas sobre el futuro de sus tiendas. La actual empleada de Santa Fe, Ruby Macias, dice que es un reto que espera superar cuando se le encarga la heladería de su padre.
I feel like it'd be good to maybe add a second location where I could help him out more there. There could be so many businesses here that can be great. I want to just keep it alive, keep the history in it for years to come.
There's hope in the community's comeback. The city has announced Adelante 2, a $94 million project focused on the Plaza de la Raza. For the Omaha News, soy Josue Garcia.
The plaza development on South 24th Street will include mixed-income housing and new retail spaces for current and local businesses.
3 lives are saved for 1 person donating blood. The Nebraska Community Blood Bank needs blood donations. The blood bank has less than 2 days of type O and Rh negative blood supply. The blood bank needs 1,000 people to donate each week. Last month, the blood bank saw just under 3,000 donations. Reporter Danny Bolanos explains the long-term consequences of a lack of blood donations.
The Nebraska Community Blood Bank here in Omaha has issued a blood emergency status, meaning that the bank has less than a 3-day supply of all 8 blood types. Nebraska Community Blood Bank donor recruiter Robin Stewart says a 5 to 7 day supply of blood on their shelves is preferred to prepare against unknown emergencies that could happen the next day.
Every day we're in need of blood to keep that blood supply stable. And for Nebraska Community Blood Bank, we supply over 23 local hospitals. So that equates to about 1,000 people a week that we need to see donate just to keep our supply stable.
Whether you're O positive or O negative, the community is in dire need of blood. So citizens are doing their part to donate. Ow!
It's a pretty easy way to help your community, and for not a whole lot of time, less than an hour, you can save multiple people's lives or prolong their life.
The need for blood is every day. For every 2 seconds, somebody is in need of blood in the United States, which can only be collected from volunteers. With a lack of blood donations, a chain reaction is set in motion that can impact patients admitted at local area hospitals who need blood, from being injured in accidents to fight off cancer or blood diseases. To protect blood donors from getting iron deficiency, you are allowed to donate blood every 56 days.
So, Danny, I was wondering, if you don't know your blood type, how does one find that out?
You can find out by visiting a doctor's office or clinic. There, they will draw a blood sample and send it to their labs for testing and results. They will also have more information on ways to donate.
Thanks, Danny.
It is better to be safe than sorry, especially as rates of sexually transmitted infections rise. In 2019, from the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, Douglas County reported 694 cases of chlamydia per 100,000 people. Outreach coordinator of the Nebraska AIDS Project, Tommy Young, Dennis says, many cases impact younger individuals of the community.
Ages 20 to 24 is where a lot of we see an increase in sexual activity and an increase in those rates. And a lot of the reason why we're seeing that is because there's a lack of testing.
Programs such as Access Granted and Nebraska AIDS Project have provided the Omaha Metro with 17 different free STI testing facilities, as well as over 100 free condom boxes across various businesses in the Metro.
After the break, learn how a new art exhibit is doing their part in reducing plastic waste.
Coming up, learn how a local artists in Omaha are expressing new ideas on the American dream.
IT is so broad that it's not just coding. It can be applied in so many different ways in different areas.
Technology impacts a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and if you can truly put yourself in their shoes and trying to solve that problem, just understanding that why is truly important.
UNO is one of those places where you can come and really get involved in whatever you want.
I ended up taking a bioinformatics class, and I ended up with a MD PhD. I can do both the research and I can help people.
I chose the College of IS&T because it was my dream to become a data manager, and this college fits the best.
They're really the best people to be teaching the classes because they know and have worked in the field.
There's always a people factor, and getting people that are interested in your development is key to your success.
I want people to feel comfortable being part of the group. I remember when I was in high school, I was at my most comfortable when I was eating lunch with my friends in the band room. And it was my tribe, you know, it was the people that I liked being around. So I try to facilitate an environment where those students have that tribe, that support system.
Tax season is in full swing, with only 27 days until personal returns are due to the IRS. Reporter Madison Bonin visits a local accounting firm to see how the accountants are handling this stressful time.
Tax season, or what accountants call busy season, has always been a stressful time for accountants. They are working a minimum of 60 hours a week and coming into the office at least 6 days. That doesn't leave a lot of time for other things, including taking care of your mental health. Second-year tax intern Braden Myers says he struggles to feel like he is giving enough in both school and work during busy season, and believes that knowing there is an end to busy season helps, but it can also draw it out.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. It is kind of nice to know, like, April 15 or in this year 18, this will end. Like, it's going to slow down significantly, but almost like counting down Christmas as a kid, by counting it down, it almost stretches it out mentally.
According to the ICAEW, a worldwide organization for accountants, 1/3 of all accountants struggle with mental health issues, with 41% believing their job was a key contributor. With statistics like these, it's important to take a step back and walk away from your work for a couple minutes a few times a day, especially if your desk looks like this. Audit director and 10-year busy season veteran Katie Bird says that with time in the industry, you learn what you have to do for yourself to make it through the season.
I figured out over the last couple of years, 10 years worth of experience, you start to learn what's required to kind of keep you sane and keep you in that healthy mental state.
Bird says that the most important thing to do is find something that you enjoy doing that can take your mind away from work. For her, it's making sure she consistently gets a workout in every day, even if it's only 15 minutes. For the Omaha News, I'm Madison Bonin.
According to CABA, a well-being charity for accountants, only 2% of accountants are unaffected by stress. So, if you have an accountant in your life, check in on them and make sure they are prioritizing their mental well-being these next 27 days.
According to EarthDay.org, over 1 million marine organisms are killed each year from plastic waste in the ocean. Lords and Gardens is the latest host of an exhibit hoping to bring awareness to the problem.
Washed Ashore Art to Save the Sea is a nonprofit that started in 2010 by the artist Angela Hazeltine Pozzi. In 13 years, Washed Ashore has created over 80 sculptures seen by 300 million people and have helped clean 37 tons of trash off the Oregon coast. What makes their creations so unique? They are made 100% from plastic waste donated by folks who walk the beaches and participate in cleanups. From there, the debris is cleaned by the team where 75 to 95% can go on to be stored in their warehouse to use for art.
Large items organized along one side and then smaller items organized in little bins on shelves. But it's all color focused because it really is our media for creating all of the works.
It's an easy problem to disregard living in the Midwest, but 80% of plastics found in the ocean originate from inland sources, like the Missouri River. Improperly disposed plastic in Omaha can be washed into storm drains from rain or snow, which leads to the Missouri River, to the Mississippi, to the Gulf of Mexico.
33 states alone in the eastern and central United States all feed into the Mississippi.
The garden's focus is not only educate inland residents, but highlight the ways our local community can recycle and help the cause, and they're already making an impact.
You can see how all these different plastic parts can make something beautiful, but you also got to pay attention to the meaning of the exhibits.
The team puts recognizable items you use in your daily life on the outside of the sculptures to get the observer really thinking about the way they use plastic. For the Omaha News, I'm Zachary Hill.
Parks says the end game is to run out of art supplies, but plastic production is only increasing. While it can be useful, the way we need to use it needs to change, or it will continue to cause harm to not only marine life, but humans as well.
Who gets to decide what is tacky and what is tasteful? Reporter Jamie Harvey has the story of a local art exhibition that explores lavishness in the context of class, race, and gender.
Lindsay. Audacious rhinestones and colorfully crocheted designs, this free exhibit in downtown Omaha includes ceramics, paintings, a video, and much, much more. Opulence, Performative Wealth, and the Failed American Dream is a multi-medium art exhibition on display at the Bemis Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition showcases the work of 8 artists, 3 of whom are local or regional. Bemis Center exhibition manager and curator of Opulence, Jared Packard, says the exhibition examines aesthetics that people might dismiss as tacky or unserious and thinks about them
in the context of a political and social world in which systemic barriers limit certain communities' ability to access the American dream.
The exhibition plays around with the idea of what is high culture and what is low culture, featuring mediums and artists not traditionally seen in a gallery setting. Local nail artist Imagine Olenbrock created a set of hand models and a working nail salon for the exhibition. Visitors can scan a QR code and schedule a time to have their nails done in the gallery. The exhibition also showcases the clothing and crowns of local performer and activist Felicia Savage. Art enthusiast and co-founder of Omaha-based arts organization Cali Commons, Molly Nicklin, says she appreciated the different perspectives of the artists showcased in the exhibition.
I feel like I got a good understanding of the way the artist felt. And I really appreciated having that experience.
Opulence, Performative Wealth, and the Failed American Dream will be at the Bemis Center until April 16th.
The Bemis Center will host author Julian Hernandez to talk about her book Aesthetics of Access, The Art and Politics of Black and Latina Embodiment on March 30th.
After the break, see how roller derby is finding its way in the Omaha Metro.
Coming up, local radio legend is recognized for their years in the business.
I'm a veteran, when my battle
battle scars like a Letterman's. I done crawled through the mud both street, so I wouldn't underestimate me.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha's bookstore is home to more than books. The UNO bookstore accommodates all students' needs with phone and laptop repairs at the iFix UNO station or free residence hall delivery. The bookstore, located in the Milevale Student Center, is full of Maverick merchandise. Find sweatshirts for chilly Nebraska days or cozy UNO mugs for every coffee fix. Shop anytime at unobookstore.com.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
Hey, I'm Gaylor Damon. For most high school athletes, when they are cut from their high school team, that means the end of their career. The Millard Sox is giving kids another chance at high school baseball.
The Millard Sox is an organization that are a part of Legion Baseball in the state of Nebraska. This team is unique when compared to other Legion teams in the area because their player pool is picked from players who were already cut from their high school team. Vince Davenport is a coach in the organization, and he says the purpose of the team is to give kids a chance to continue their careers.
It is an opportunity for players who don't make their high school teams. They love playing baseball, and they want to keep playing. So when it was started in either 06 or 07, that was the purpose of it for mostly Millard West kids. And it has just grown over the years.
Vince Davenport says the team now draws from 13 high schools across the Omaha Metro. The main goal of the Sox is to keep developing players and helping them continue their baseball careers. The organization has helped about 40 players go on to make their high school team after being cut in a previous year. For the team, it is more about helping the kids develop than it is the record at the end of the day.
Tristan Peterson is the pitching coordinator for the Millard Sox organization, but he's once a player in it. He says one of the most rewarding parts of his job is being able to take what he learned as a player and apply it to his coaching philosophy and help his now players grow and improve.
Just being able to take that knowledge that I've learned and kind of hone throughout the game and hours of research and just doing my own stuff and give it to these guys, give them the best of my ability to teach them about the game of baseball and try to get them to the next level if they want to. It's just so rewarding.
Tristan Peterson says that the opportunity to help coach with the Millard Sox is one that he would not trade. For the Omaha News, I'm Mitchell Kutcher.
Since the inception of Millard Sox, they have had over 90 kids go on to play college baseball. Omaha Roller Derby, Omaha's premier flat track roller derby league, is back, and they can start hosting games by this summer. After being prominent and a growing phenomenon in the Omaha Metro, Omaha Roller Derby experienced two massive uppercuts in the last 3 years. First, COVID-19 reduced the team's number of players drastically, and then the team lost the bunker, which had been its home for more than a decade and where its games were hosted. Despite the difficulties, Omaha Roller Derby did not give up and kept pushing. Omaha Roller Derby junior coach and player Caroline Boucher explains how the team maintained alive during COVID-19.
For about a summer, we did outdoor practices at a park. We'd lay out cones. If we wanted to do really good scrimmages, we'd draw out the track with chalk.
Now the path is brighter for Omaha Roller Derby.
Behind me is the Hope Center for Kids, where Omaha Roller Derby will host its games. Caroline Boucher, aka Sour, addresses the importance of having where to host.
It would mean we actually get to play. I mean, practices are amazing, but nothing beats the thrill of being in an actual game.
Omaha Roller Derby player Adam Rhodes Short says having where to host is a huge step in the right direction, and now the team needs to update its roster.
It's just kind of this ongoing calculus of like, so who would be our current roster? This person we haven't seen in a few weeks. This person's on like the injury bench. and then just like trying to keep that going.
The team hopes to have everything ready before the summer.
Sauer also says that the team will need to focus on finding referees for the matches, which are a scarce resource throughout the Midwest. Conference season kicks off this weekend for both Omaha baseball and softball teams. Our reporter, Merritt Elgren, is live at Maverick Park with more details. Hey, Merritt.
Thanks, Gaylor. While the seasons for both teams have been well underway for more than a month now, conference play is where the real work begins. For the baseball team, they'll face a North Dakota State team they beat twice last year in the conference tournament. Caleb Rydell is the Friday scheduled starter and is coming off a 13 strikeout performance 2 weeks ago against Stonehill, an outing that propelled him to Summit League Pitcher of the Week honors. Softball will take on St. Thomas. Cameron Meyer has picked up where she left off last season, with a 1.36 ERA and 14 performances so far. The Mavericks have a 13-8 record this season and were picked to finish second in the conference preseason rankings. Both teams are looking to start their conference seasons off on the right note. Back to you, Gaylor.
Thanks, Merritt. That's all we have for sports this week. We'll have more sports news from around the Omaha Metro next week. After the break, this week's final headlines.
The media landscape is vastly different from the past. Conglomeration and consolidation have changed the skill sets required to succeed. Journalists must not only know how to conduct research, interview, and write stories, but they also have to know how to shoot and edit the stories they tell. Likewise, creative media professionals must know how to interview, research, and write the stories they shoot and edit. In the School of Communication, we require students to gain experience and proficiencies employers are seeking. The two hardest mediated genres to produce are live sports and newscasts. Thus, once our students are taught the basics, they are given opportunities to improve the abilities at these genres. Capstones 1 and 2 feature the culmination of skill sets. Once students produce the Omaha News, they can use it in their demo reel to show their skills. From here, students can go anywhere.
Data from influencer marketing platform Upfluence says TikTok has the highest social media engagement rate per post. The app positively impacts those here in Nebraska. TikTok has over 1 billion monthly active users according to Wallaroo Media, and the average user spends about 95 minutes per day on the app. Its popularity has grown so large that other apps copy its format. Creative media specialist Izzy Panetta says YouTube Shorts, Snapchat Spotlight, and Instagram Reels are all inspired by TikTok's fast-paced vertical video scrolling. Izzy manages the social media for UNL Sports. She says the men's gymnastics team has gotten more success on TikTok than other platforms. She says TikTok's algorithm makes the app different than the rest.
You just have one good TikTok and you can have millions of views by the next morning. And I think that's something really cool. That's not necessarily something that's as common on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
GQ Magazine says the TikTok algorithm gives any user the chance to go viral for doing simply anything, which means I better get to dancing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Omaha comedian Cameron Logston says his success skyrocketed once he became a content creator on TikTok. Cameron has over 764,000 followers and 16 million likes due to his celebrity and cartoon impressions. It's Mickey Mouse! Cameron says the app enabled the opportunity to showcase his talents globally.
I got to work with College Humor and film some things for them. I've filmed some TV shows. I'm getting a lot of voiceover work, and I even got to audition for Saturday Night Live, which was like a dream come true, all without having to move out of the state of Nebraska. It's unheard of.
Heads up, Omaha. The person watching this newscast might be TikTok's next big internet star. Cameron says his goal is to continue getting better at a variety of performing arts, and that includes posting his talents on TikTok.
The Nebraska Broadcasters Association inducts notable members of the media world to their Hall of Fame. Now, it's Douglas Wesselman, better known as Otis 12's turn.
KVNO, one of the Bach boys, Carl Philip Emmanuel Bach.
Since 2006, Otis 12 has hosted morning classics at 90.7 KVNO. He has been a radio personality in Omaha for over 40 years. When it came to being inducted in the NBA Hall of Fame, 12 said the event was completely unexpected.
No, they're not, but it's it really is. It just means that people who work in my business kind of recognize what you've done, and you got to do it over a period of time.
Mr. 12 says he doesn't know the exact correct advice to give a young, aspiring radio personality. But what he does know is that if you want to work in radio, you have to put in the time and master your craft.
Lindsay.
Yeah?
You're on the air.
Oh. Otis 12 says he enjoys comedy and has dabbled in stand-up. In the 1980s, he took that hobby and combined it with a radio show. College senior Aiden Keller says he has been a fan of Otis 12 for as long as he can remember. He enjoys thinking of the memories he made while listening to the radio personality.
I have a bunch of good memories driving around in the car with my dad, and we'd be listening to Otis 12 and Diver Dan Doomey's radio show, Space Commander Whack.
Otis 12 has traveled and lived all over the country. He expresses his gratitude and how lucky he has been to experience all the different opportunities throughout his career. He credits the support of his coworkers and peers for their talent and help that gave him the chance to succeed. The Nebraska Broadcasters Association will welcome Otis 12 to the Hall of Fame August 8th in La Vista during their annual NBA convention.
That's all for today. Join us again next week for more news and entertainment in the Heartland.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at UNO, the Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomaha.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Omaha News. We are Omaha.
The complex was condemned by the city in January for numerous safety reasons.
We are truth tellers and award winners.
They process and recycle approximately 100,000 tons of material.
We are a community of strength and a team of big dreams. We are the Omaha News, where the people are the story.
It is the longest-running Omaha-based statewide television program on the air today. Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt, producer and host of Consider This. Now in our 25th season, we wish to acknowledge those who have made this educational journey possible. Our guests, underwriters, student crews, the Knowledge Network, the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and of course, viewers just like you. Thank you for watching.
3,000 student athletes from 10 institutions, competing in 19 sports for national prominence, striving for excellence in academics and athletics, seeking to become champions. Nearly 100,000 students and more than 800,000 alumni celebrate Summit League student athletes and their rise to reach the summit. The Summit League, where tomorrow's leaders strive to reach the summit today.
There's a unique educational experience right here in Omaha. With access to top-rated programs, in-demand degrees, and a worldwide community of graduates, UNO prepares students for life, wherever it may lead. From Omaha to Italy to Uganda to Japan, Mavericks are working in communities around the globe. So where will a degree from UNO take you? UNO, access to exceptional, access to the world. Learn more at unomaha.edu.